This is my 1996 Fleetwood Flair 27R. It's a 27-foot Class A motorhome built on the GM P30 Workhorse chassis and powered by the 454 cubic inch TBI V8. With just under 49,000 miles, it's in great condition for its age and drives strong. In this video, I'll take you on a complete exterior walk around, share the repairs and upgrades I've already done, and talk about the improvements I plan to make. Hi guys, Frank here with Build Your Own, and this is my 1996 Fleetwood Flair 27R. I'm excited to share a little walk around video with you. My wife and I purchased this about 6 months ago. We've been staying here on the Oregon coast doing full-time RVing, and it's been quite an experience. And so I just want to go over some things with this RV, and I'm gonna start talking about it on the channel. So if you like RVing, you want to get into RVing, or you know a little bit about these Fleetwood Flairs, or you have one yourself, stick around because we're going to start doing some content on this RV. My wife and I purchased this motorhome with an exhaust manifold leak. We thought that would be something that was going to be easy to get done. Turns out that not a lot of people want to change the exhaust manifolds on an old RV, much less this Fleetwood Flair that, you know, it's just tight under the chassis to get to it. But we found a shop out here on the Oregon coast. We're going to talk about them later. I'm going to do a separate review with them. Those guys are great. They totally worked on the RV, replaced the exhaust manifold gasket on the driver's side, and it runs and sounds great now. Shortly after buying the RV and doing a little bit of research on forums, I came to learn that exhaust manifold leaks are common on the P30 chassis with the 454 V8. I don't know about the later model years, but this one with the TBI, it's an absolute known issue. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go over the review a little bit. Let's talk about the front end. This is a classic 90s Fleetwood. It's got a huge windshield up front. You've got your lights up top. You've got great visibility. The visibility on this thing is wonderful. You might notice that this one does not have any windshield wiper blades. That is something that I'm gonna address. That'll be another video. There's some adapters that you need to get to find some windshield wiper blades to fit this, and so that'll be an individual video. But the front end, it's got that classic Fleetwood Flair look with the decals, very 90s. It's got the dual lights up front. The lights are actually great. The visibility at night is wonderful. So all that is great. You got your radiators. You're venting for your radiator up front here because that's where all your cooling is, right up front. Your engine sits back. It's really kind of right in between the wheels here. Along the sides, we've got some windows up front here. You know, you got your kitchen window right above here that vents open. You've got your window above the couch, and then your driver door window. You've got plenty of storage along the bottom. The storage is actually nice. Back here, this is where you'd hook up for your gray water, your sewer water and everything. You can store your sewer water and everything, your hose, your water and all that in this compartment down here. Overall, it's in very good condition for its age. This thing's a 1996. It's almost 30 years old. Really, what it most needs is a new seal on the roof. I actually went up today and washed the roof for the first time, and it was really dirty. Moving around the back end looks really good. It doesn't have any accident damage. It still has its original tire cover. We're gonna hop up on the roof here, or hop up on the ladder and go take a look at the roof real fast. We'll just, you know, put the camera up there real quick and see what it looks like. All right, so here we are looking at the roof. It did not look like this a couple of hours ago. I got up here and did a lot of scrubbing to get this roof in this condition. I do know that there's a little leak over this vent here. This is where the shower and the bathroom is. So if it rains enough, it gets a little leak here. So we definitely need a little reseal here. I think that's really the only area, though. Probably doesn't look too good over this shower. So yeah, you can actually see some cracking along here. So the roof definitely needs some love. The AC, I haven't tried it. If we look up top there, you can actually see there's a little bit of solar on here. I wasn't aware of that until a couple of hours ago. Don't know how it works, don't know where it's hooked up, but it does have a little solar on it. If we come around to the other side of the RV, we see we got a lot more storage. It's got a lot of storage, actually. You got a lot of storage bays along the bottom. You've got this wonderful cubby in here. Let's open this cubby up. It's a wonderful cubby, lots of storage. It goes way in there. You can see, there it is, look at that, way down in there, right? It's right next to the, you know, your water storage is right under here where you would plumb in. And so lots of storage here. You got your outlets on the outside. This one doesn't have an awning. And so, you know, should I definitely keep this thing long term, then I intend to put an awning on it. I also intend to put some leveling jacks on it, because leveling it out really isn't that much fun. It's not that hard to put the little plastic levelers on there, and maybe I'll do a video when we level it so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's not too bad. But it'd be nice to have some electronic jacks that went down. These are things I wasn't aware of when I got into this. This is my first Class A RV, and so I'm just learning about it. The electric step, it does have an electric step, but the step does not work. But you know, you can manually pull it out, but it's not an electric step. It's wired, but when you open the door, it does not open. That said, it runs fantastic. I put 2 brand new tires on it the day after I bought it, so the front tires are brand new. I went to La Schwab, put the tires on it. I changed all the batteries. I think there's 4 batteries in it, so all the batteries are brand new. In addition to doing the exhaust manifold gasket on the driver's side, the passenger side was okay, and so we figured if it's not broke, don't fix it, so we left that. But since we got that fixed, there was some other general maintenance this thing needed. It hadn't had an oil change and who knows when, so I got the oil changed. We did the valve cover gaskets because they were leaking. I did a coolant flush, and then I also had the belts adjusted because the belts were squeaking really bad and they were just really loose, and so they just needed an adjustment. Overall, the bus is in great condition. It runs fantastic now. It's got plenty of power. I wish it had more towing capacity. It's only got about a 3,500 pound towing capacity, so I can't tow my Chevy. My Chevy weighs 4,000 pounds. I can't flat tow the Chevy, so I need a trailer. And so we're looking at probably 6,000 pounds to tow of overall weight to tow the Chevy. And so that's the one shortcoming of this. It can't tow my Chevy, but it's still a great RV with plenty of power. It does have a 3,500 pound towing capacity, like I said. So, you know, you could flat tow something, or if you had the dolly and you had a front wheel drive car that was light, you could certainly tow it, and I think it wouldn't have any problems doing that. I talked about the generous, ample storage, and I thought, well, let's open up the compartments and so we could see. So on the driver's side, you can see it's more business than storage over here. We do have an Onan Microlight 4000 generator. So far, it hasn't started, but the gas is at a half a tank, and so I heard that it might not start if you're at a half a tank. So I am planning on gassing up the vehicle a little bit later, and so we'll see if it does start or if it does need a carburetor adjustment or something. So I'm hopeful that it might actually just work. It's like I said, it's less than 50,000 miles. I bought it from a gentleman who his mother was living out of it, and so while she didn't do any maintenance, it's still in overall good condition. I'll do a video of the interior another day. So you can see back here, this is business back here, where all your black and your gray water are here, and your hookup, and then you can store your sewer hose and your all that there if you like. And then coming over here, you do have a little bit of storage on this side. This one, the shock doesn't stay down, so that's why it was down. So this shock needs to be replaced. And so other than that, lots of storage on this side. Let's go over to the other side, see what that looks like, because you got more storage for your things over there. Okay, moving around to the passenger side, or the entry side of the bus, you can see now we've got more storage. We got a little storage compartment up front here. I'm currently keeping some propane and some other miscellaneous things under there. I'm not making the best use of this storage, as you can see clearly. I have a storage unit, and so I'm making my best use of space over there. Got a little cubby over here. Here's your onboard propane. I think it's I thought it was a 30-gallon tank. I think it's a 30-gallon tank. I just recently installed the extended stay kit, and I'll talk about that in another video. That's really cool. That allows me to hook up another propane tank, so that way when this propane goes down or gets empty, I don't have to fire up the bus and to go fill up the propane. I can just plumb in a different propane tank. And so you can see there's a cubby over here for storage. And we've got 3 spaces over here for storage. We've got 2 down low, and then we've got that other storage cubby that I already showed you that goes pretty far in. So it's got some storage. It's older. You know, like I said, this is my first Class A. I didn't know anything about Class A RVs. What did I know? I didn't know anything. And so as I've been looking around, I've learned a lot. And so this one's cool, but it's only 27 feet. And I would have preferred something that was bigger than that, maybe a 35 footer, but it's a cool little bus, super easy to drive. And after getting the exhaust manifold leak and it's not loud anymore, and that was robbing a little bit of power, it's so fun now. And so I just feel like driving it all over the place, like even Cars and Coffee. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot.